problem.
Yeah. Hi everyone, welcome to this session on information about SDA Bocconi Asia Center. In this session we have Mr. Alessandro, the Managing Director of SDA Bocconi, and Ms. Swastika Kaushik, an alumni of SDA Bocconi and currently with Salesforce. So Mr. Alessandro will be sharing with us details about SDA Bocconi Asia Center, the different courses that it offers, the scholarship details, and other required details that you are looking for. So I think I'll take it forward to Mr. Alessandro.
Okay, thanks a lot. Good evening, everybody. So I'll do a very quick presentation on these main points, on the main questions. But if you have something, please stop me and I'll go through it. So first of all, who we are, where we come from. SDA Bocconi Asia Center is the India campus of SDA Bocconi School of Management. We are the business schools of Bocconi University, which is a 120 years business university, ranked number 6 in the world as a business university. We have been for more than a century in Milan city center only, and this is the very first campus outside Milan city center. As I was telling you, the SDA Bocconi School of Management is our business school. We have just celebrated our 50th birthday also for the business school. So it's as a business school is very old and with stunning rankings because globally we are in the top 6. We are number 3 in Europe. We're number 4 in the world for executive education, number 1 in Europe for research, and so on and so on. Not only that, but we are also one of the 1% schools in the world that have the Triple Crown accreditation. So we are under the top 3 international accreditations. We started in India exactly 10 years ago. In fact, next week, I don't know if you know, Swastika, but it will be on the 14th, our 10th anniversary. So it's 10 years that we are in India, where we have been delivering a full-time master diploma over 2 years and an executive master diploma over the weekends. So talking about the full-time, which is, I think, the program that you're all interested in, it's a 2 years program where the first year is a sort of general MBA, where we touch all the different areas of business knowledge, so that by the end of the first year, you exactly know what is business and you exactly know what you want, what you would like to specialize and to follow as a career. It is based on the curriculum of our Masters of Management in Milan, which is ranked number 6 in the world consistently for the last many years. We actually enhanced this curriculum in a couple of different ways. Number 2, we raised the bar in quants because Indians were too strong in quants, and we increased the hours in the soft subjects like HR, strategy, marketing, where we know that some more extra training is needed here in India. And we have complemented it with a 2 years program in extracurricular activities that are targeted at boosting your soft skills, which is the winning card nowadays with a very fast India changing. So getting on the very technical side, as we were mentioning at the beginning, what is it that you get with these programs on top of an amazing learning and preparation is, in terms of piece of paper, is a master diploma from SDA. You can hear me, I cannot hear you. So if I can go ahead, please do like that. Okay, perfect. So it's a 2 years full-time master diploma. This is very important for 2 different reasons. First of all, the piece of paper. It's a master diploma of the European university system with a full credit exchange possibility across the globe, which makes it very easy to exchange credits for other programs and to make use of these credits once you go abroad. So we've had a lot of students, of alumni that have moved abroad for work already, and many in the last 2 years have actually moved, that's it, to Canada. It was, the whole process was very easy because they were holding a master diploma of the European university system. It is also important for another question that we always get about AICT. We are not under the purview of ICT, and be careful, ACT is not an accreditation. We are actually under the top 3 international accreditation. That's why we have a triple crown. And we are not under the purview of ICT because we are not delivering an Indian degree. We are delivering a European diploma, master diploma. Okay, so under the top accreditation. So that's important from the point of view of papers. From the point of view of admissions, what do we look for in our students? Swastika can witness how important is soft skills for us, because I keep on repeating that. And for us, it's important all the way from admission, where we try to assess the existence or the possibility of boosting the soft skills all the way from the selection of our students, where the criteria of selections are mainly 4. Grades, which is 10, 12, and graduation, the average and consistency. Number 2, the entrance tests, where we accept CAT and MAT, GMAT, GRE, and our own Bocconi test, which is very similar to GMAT. Third point is extracurricular activities that are very important for us, and the personal interview, which is extremely important for us, and that's where we assess out of 23 different points your soft skills. Your soft skills are important also during the curriculum, during the 2 years for the curriculum academic activity, but also for the extracurricular activities, where you are constantly put under pressure out of the class time on all sorts of, at the beginning, self-assessment tests to understand where you stand, what are your attitudes, your likes, dislikes, your strengths, and then with activities that are targeted at boosting these soft skills. A lot of activities are carried out through the clubs with internal, external events, research, and so on. So I was saying these are the four areas that are important for us for admission. The same criteria that we use for the admissions, we use them for our tuition waivers and scholarships. That's very important. We like to award merit, so they are all merit based, and we have, first of all, scholarships, which are a lump sum of 2 lakhs each. And we have a scholarship which is called Dean's Award, that is given to students that have especially high average in 10-12 graduation and that perform well in the top 5% in the first year. Then we have a women's scholarship, which is for, women leadership scholarship, which is for women that have covered the positions of responsibilities in clubs, associations, and so on. And then we have a sports and cultural scholarship for students that have performed at state level, at high level, either in sports or in cultural activities with a certain consistency across several years. These are the scholarships. Then we have tuition waivers, very important, that are 0, 30, 50, or 80, and they're based on the same criteria as admissions. So you don't need to apply. If you are eligible, you are given, you are awarded it already through the offer letter where you are offered the admission. Other typical question is placements. Placements, we're very happy. Placements are going very well, especially in the last few years. And we have been onboarding all the best brands. We try to do our placement, trying to match a lot the likes and dislikes, the preference and the aspirations of the students, trying to moderate them and match the same kind of student culture with the same kind of corporate cultures. So our placement is not day zero, everybody out. It takes a few months, but our students have an average of remaining in the first job that they get that is beyond 2 years, with a normal actual average in India, which is around 8 months. That's because we match very well the students with the right company. Average package has been going up year after year, except last year, that for obvious reason with COVID, we are still placing all the students. Last year it was 11.4, the previous one it was 11.8, with the highest last year at 21 lakhs. This year we have started very quickly the placement, and we have already some 40% of the batch, because our students, they all go compulsorily for their specialization to Milan. They have a full semester in Milan where they do the specialization, and they come back mid-January. That's when we normally start our placement activities. This year we have managed to start it early, despite they were in Milan, and we have already some 40% of the batch placed, with an average of 14.9 lakhs this year, and a highest that a country member is very high. We have added a lot of interesting companies like Microsoft, HUL, next week Genpact, Infosys. So a lot of the big brands, all those that were there in the past are still there and become our good employers. And in the last 2 years, we've added a lot of other big ones. In terms of areas, there we really try to follow what is the preference of the students, and it goes a little bit with trends. So at the beginning it was investment banking, then it became operations. For sure, we always have a lot of sales and marketing, because our batch has a lot of sales and marketing. In the last 2 years, we've had a lot of HR and really a lot of consulting, where we get the placement in the top four. So Deloitte, EY, PwC, they all hire from us, but also all the boutique consulting firms, starting from Universal Consulting to Zinov, that has just hired 19 students, in consulting, we really have a very big choice. But again, it goes a lot with the preference of the students. We have a lot of analytics also this year. Having said that, what else can I tell you? Yeah, the batch, which is something that I'm very proud of, is a very diverse batch. I believe a lot in diversity. It makes not only the learning more interesting and more lively, but it adds a lot of different perspectives. So it is starting from the batch diversity, where we have only some 30 to 40% engineers, and the rest comes from a very diverse background. We have 50%, I think that is last year 51, this year 49% women. We have some 19 or 20 different states of India represented. And in terms of work experience, we have some 40% freshers, and the rest, they come from a very diverse professional background. The diversity is added also in the global exposure that we give to our students, because, well, in normal time, this year, unfortunately, it hasn't happened, but normally it always happens. We merge our students in Mumbai with the students of the double degree from Bocconi Milan and ESSEC Paris. So you have students from Italy, Spain, France, Germany coming to Mumbai in the same class with our students. Our faculty is all working faculty, all PhDs, and they are from 10 different countries. The faculty that teaches in Mumbai, they come from our main campus, but they are from 10 different countries, so very big diversity. And then for sure you have the semester in Milan, which is a huge diversity. We have some 15,000 students in business from 100 different countries, and 30% of them, they are foreign students, plus the 3,000 students from the exchange programs that are there at the same time that you are in Milan. At the same time, in Milan, we have also all the placement activities. So that's another question that we normally get. So there is a possibility of placement abroad. Very sincerely, is not easy because of the job market abroad, because of difficulty of getting the visa, because of the competition, hard competition that is there. But the possibility is there, and you have full access to all the placement activities that are in Milan. Like the day zero in Milan is 200 top companies coming the same day on campus for placement. We have the investment banking weekend, is that we choose the top 14 investment banks, and they come to Milan from Germany, from London, and so on, to hire from our students. So the possibility is there. Have I forgotten something? I think I've been long enough, and if there are questions, I'll be happy to reply to these questions.
Yeah, thank you, sir, for such a lovely information. So, I think, can you explain me more about the IMB program, right? So, what is the typical curriculum of that, and how is it different from a MBA program being offered in India?
Okay, so what we deliver is a master. First of all, a clarity on the difference with abroad and in India. What you call it in India an MBA, abroad is a master. And like our master, the MBAs in India have some 30% more or less normally of freshers. Our master is slightly different because if we have to talk in abroad terms, normally abroad you have you have the 3 years, then you have 2-year master for freshers, basically, and then you have the MBA, which is for 5+ years experience. Our master is a specialized master that is placed in between a foreign master and a foreign MBA. Okay, so that's why we have, like the MBAs in India, some 30-40% freshers, and the rest with an experience that ranges from 0 to 5 years, and an average around 1.6. How we have structured the program, as I was telling you before, is based on the Masters of Management, the curriculum. You can find it is ranked number 6 in the world in terms of masters. And we have increased a little bit in the soft subjects. In terms of how the subjects are scattered, we have the first year, we touch all the business subjects, so that normally we start in July, and the first year ends in March, and then we have the 2 months internships, and then you have 2 weeks compulsory social CSR internship. So normally by March you have it very clear what you like and where you will perform better, so what your career will be. So that internship is just a confirmation of that. And after the internship, so from June in the second year, you start having your electives in Mumbai, and then you move to Milan. End of August, you move to Milan till the beginning of January, and that's where you get your specialization, if you want, which is, if you take in Milan, why Milan the specialization? Because there we have some 300 electives. We're very big where you can choose from, and it's not only the top 10% or things like this. Everybody, and that is also unique our program, everybody gets to choose the specialization that you want. So the specialization is you have to take at least 4 courses, 4 exams in the same vertical, and you will get your master diploma with specialization in. If you don't want, you can take it across specialization, and you will just have a general master, international master in business. I think that, yeah.
you have mentioned about a term in Milan, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So how is it happening given the current COVID situation? Is it happening or is it remote term?
It, it did happen, and in fact, I think our students were the only Indian students that were on campus in person with physical classes. So it was not easy, I must tell you, for travel, visa, and everything. But we did manage. Luckily enough, Bocconi is quite powerful in Italy and in Europe, and the whole batch, at least, all those that wanted to actually travel, which was 152 students out of 170. They went to Milan and they carried out their specialization semester in Milan in physical classes. And now they're hopefully coming back. Now they're traveling around Europe, touristing around Europe, and delaying a little bit the coming back, which is not. But anyway, they had a great term. The whole university was offline, and all the exchange students came to Milan, and the situation was handled very well. Those that couldn't travel, they were following the classes online from India, those 20 students that couldn't go.
Okay, great. So we have with us Miss Swastika. Maybe we can get a student perspective of her experience at SDA Bocconi.
Sure. So I'll just talk about my experience at ESDA. ESDA Bocconi is a very, very wholesome experience. And, via all the boot camps and the projects and internships, like Alessandro mentioned, it gives you a whole rigor and, knack of how the corporate world is going to be, like how it's going to treat you like. So working in teams, working with different people, coming from different backgrounds and, even different countries. So when you work with people from France, from Italy. It's a totally different experience altogether. Your perspective widens, right? You look at things that are very different. You have a different view of things altogether, and there are a lot of things that you don't understand until you experience yourself. So like the exposure of having uh, kids of different countries around you is it's something which is very different, and believe me, it gives you the capability to see world with different eyes itself, right? So these are the things which we don't understand being students, or being something which who haven't experienced all these things altogether. But all the things like the L&Ds, the trainings, or the interview sessions, or like howsoever college is preparing us for good soft skills, and how to be there, because there's a gap when it comes to the theoretical knowledge and what the industry is actually expecting. So ESDA actually tries to bridge that gap between both the expectations. So my experience has been wholesome, it's been holistic. uh, I mean, there are a lot of things we need to take care of when we are in college, but the most important is to also enjoy. So talk to more people, have a great network for yourself. These are little tits and bits that you can take care of when you're in college and when you're in campus. So the experience has been great. Like Alessandro said, it's a very enriching experience, and it's definitely better than what I would say a general MBA would give you, because the exposure of 8 months of going 4 months of going in Milan and having 4 months of people coming on board from different countries. So that's a different experience altogether. That's about it.
Okay. So Mr. Alexander has mentioned about matching a student profile with the company profile during placements, right? So how did it work out for you?
Definitely. So there's like one-on-one career mapping for each and every student. I was personally a student who was really interested into, luxury. So, firstly, like I entailed myself the responsibility of being a luxury and retail researcher at Center of Excellence there. So, it kind of gave me a deep dive in, how the industry works, how the segment works, how and what functions are there, in the sector or in the industry itself. So, one-on-one career mapping is like basically you tell your interest areas to your uh, people in the team itself, and they will reach out to you, or will get back to you with the companies that are of your interest areas, and they'll try to like uh, I would say help you with the mapping, sort part of it. So like I was very interested into luxury and retail, so I went down to I did a lot of internships in Milan itself for brands like I would say there was Kellogg's, there was L'Oreal, a lot of brands were there. So all of these, internships and life projects gives you, that confidence to be in the actual world and to be ready for, your actual interview. So that's about it. Yeah.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
So we have some questions from the students. So we'll take some questions before going forward.
Can I just one thing? Swastika touch upon that, which I think is quite important in these times, in these trying times. When we go online, okay, we have developed in Milan. As I've told you, we are number 4 in the world for training of executives. So online education was extremely important, and we have developed both technical tools and training of the faculty that allowed us to jump, as you see, 12 position last year. And not only that, but here at the Asia Center, we have understood that, as I always say, in every problem there is an opportunity. Going online was still very enriching because our strength is the global network. We have 1.2 lakhs of global alumni across 120 countries. So what we did, we had a lot of live projects and internships virtual across the globe. Germany, France, Italy, Switzerland, Hong Kong, Thailand, US, and so on. Sorry.
Yeah. So this is a question from a student. Isha, she is asking, can you tell about Masters in Fashion Management? Any prerequisites for it?
There are no
Uh,
prerequisites. Yeah, Alessandro can take it.
Sorry. No, no. Then I let you go. Master in Fashion Management is something that is delivered in Milan. Okay, we deliver international master in business where you can have a specialization in luxury. It's not the master in fashion management that is delivered in Milan.
Okay, so extending on that question, so if a student wishes to do any specialization, are there any prerequisites for the student, or he can choose to do any specialization that he wishes?
Absolutely. If you want to go on luxury to start with, Swastika, then if there is something to add, I will.
Okay, great. So one more question is, what are the cutoffs for different entrance exams? Let's say CAT and MAT and GMAT that you're taking.
We don't have cutoff. We were the first to, now everybody says it, but we have been the first to say that, and we believe in that. We're a profile-based school, and for us, the whole profile is very important. So what I can tell you is safe scores to get a call for the interview, which are, if we talk about NMAT this year, is around 230. CAT is above 85. If it's GMAT is above 620, GRE 310, okay, more or less. The average NMAT last year was 235, CAT I think 92, something like that, to give you an idea. But a very high CAT can be, you can still be rejected, and it has happened very often with the interview. While with a low entrance test, sometimes you get a stunning interview. And for us, that's much more important. Is the whole profile. As I was telling you before, the grades, entrance test, extracurricular, and personal interview. If we see that the test is a bit low still, then we ask the students to take the Bocconi test.
So this question is for Swastika. I think she has first-hand experience. So what is the typical expenditure for a 2-year program? So, and do any banks provide loans for that?
Definitely. So there are banks out there who provide loans. But I mean, for me, like I got scholarships, like Alessandro mentioned, that there's a lot of scope of scholarships, right? So definitely try to seek them in the first place. But for me, like the 2 year expense would be around 16 to 18 lakhs.
I can hear you.
So if you want, I can continue if my credibility is enough on that
Sure,
also.
sure, sir. You can continue with
So
the question.
as Svastika was saying, the normal fees are 18.6 lakhs, and at zero scholarship, at zero tuition waiver, the overall, including Milan, goes around 25 lakhs. But uh, most of the students do get some, whether it is a tuition waiver or a scholarship. So please do count on that and try to do your applications in order to target these scholarships or tuition waiver. In that, you can contact our admission team. They're very good at helping you to do your application in a way where you get the maximum possibility of getting a tuition waiver or a scholarship.
Okay, we'll try to take some more questions. So I think we have covered all the questions on a broad basis. So do you have any points to add in?
Normally with fees, the other question is what about Milan? So the tuition fees cover all the 2 years, including the semester in Milan. What remains out is the travel and the stay. All the rest is covered. So in the travel and the stay, it depends also a lot on you.
Okay, great. So Swastika, you have any comments to throw in?
Yeah, sure. I can definitely share some tips and tricks to be, on top of a game, right? So, I mean, when you join, your MBA or your college itself, there are going to be a lot of competitions, I would say. Go and, and participate in all those competitions. So, like for us, as the Bocconi has helped us or, enabled us for all the competitions out there. I personally went for an IM Raipur national sales and marketing competition, and with the help of our dean, our teachers and professors who are in different time zones and still ready to help you, we were able to actually win it with our team effort. Also, like, be aware of the industries and trends going around you. Try to understand where your interest and where your capabilities lies, and they aligned. So like this MBA is a tenure where you can actually explore your interest, where you can join in different internships, different life projects, understand what's working the most for you, and anticipate where you are able to perform really well. LinkedIn is a great platform, guys. Use it really wisely. It's a really powerful tool. I would say that switch using Instagram with LinkedIn, because and you will see the difference, right? You'll know the trends. You will know what people are doing, in their careers, and that'll definitely empower you. That'll definitely motivate you to do better. Try to network, and also like everyone will say that these are the 2 years to make your career, but I would also say that these are the 2 years that you can enjoy the most. So try to enjoy, try to make most more friends, try to network, but also try to like balance it out. Learn more and more. You should have a daily objective of like learning one new thing daily. So like what I have basically, like if you would ask me to sum up your my experience in SDA Bocconi has actually given me the capability to learn more and more, which has made me ready to face the future, to be ready for the unpredictable future out there. We never predicted Corona, we never predicted these pandemics, right? But world is still going on. Companies are hiring, internships are going on, so you need to be on top of your game. Try to understand what your edge is and try to develop your edge. Try to develop your X factor. See, search about your dream companies, see the roles they're offering, which you're interested in, read about their job description, and see what are the technical skills they want, what are the soft skills they want, and prepare for that, right? So that's a very practical approach. So I think these are some tips and tricks. I think if you'll keep in mind, it'll help you be on top of your game. And these are very practical ones. I mean, it's not like I'm telling you to devote 80% of your time studying daily. It's like balance it out because MBA is all about managing all the things together, right? So that's about it. And all the best for you future guys.
Okay, thank you very much, Swastika. So do you?
I think maybe Swastika touched upon another point that normally we are asked always, which is the campus and the faculty. People normally say you don't have a huge 40-acre campus. It's true. We actually decided to be in the city center of Mumbai, just like we are in the city center of Milan, because another point that for us is very important is the corporate connection. So we chose Powai, which is the seat of at least 50 MNCs and large Indian conglomerates with which we cooperate continuously, all the way from research, joint events, live projects, and so on. Uh, in terms of faculty, our faculty, for sure, they don't live here because they come from abroad. They don't live here for the 2 years, but when they come, they do live here and they have nothing else to do but teach and stay with the students. So the interaction with the faculty is even more than what you would normally get because half of the day they are available and they actually interact with the students to the extent that they also go out for dinner with the students very often. The experience, the campus experience, is still very campus experience. And the place where we are itself, Powai, is just a stretch, Central Avenue, which is really 30 seconds walk from our campus, from our hostels, is a stretch of all the possible bars and restaurants that you might think. And at the other end, we have IIT Bombay, plus other 5 business schools. So it's really a sort of huge campus with even added facilities. I can't hear you. I don't know the others.
No, you're not audible.
Yeah. So what are the
Yeah.
dates for admission, and will there be another admission process coming up?
Yeah, that's a very good question because we do have 4 admission deadlines, but in the last 2 years we exhaust all the seats very early. So already the deadlines normally is 20 November, this the first one, January 20th is the second one, March 20th is the third one, and I can't remember the fourth one because we have never had it in the last 4 or 5 years. This year already the enrollments in the first deadline are more than double than last year. So the second deadline I think would be quite exhaustive. I'm not saying that we are not going to have the third one, but it's very possible. So people that think of trying to get admission should do it in the second, though there is a lot of competition in the second one, but last year many good students remained out in the third one because very few seats were available, and this year looks even more. So this deadline of the 20th of January is going to be extremely important. So you all have your CAT, XAT, and everything in your hands. If you are willing, if you think that SDA Bocconi Asia Center could be your campus, your business school, I would try to do it right now.
Okay, great, sir. I think we are done with the questions for this session. You have any closing comments or?
Well, not really. I think I've already bored enough with number information. We are very available. Our admission team is amazing, available 24/7. And as I said before, they are very good at helping you to put down, to organize your applications in order to maximize the chances of being selected and of getting the highest tuition waiver. So please make use of them. We look forward to seeing you. Thank you very much, and thank you for following us.
Thank you, Mr. Alessandro. I think I have one question for Swastika. I think it is regarding the interview process, right? So some students are asking what are the different types of questions touched upon. Do they have to prepare only undergraduate subjects, or will it be on profile based? Your voice is not audible, Mr. Swastika.
Okay. So I was saying that you'll have to firstly prepare for the hygiene questions, understand your strengths, understand your weaknesses, be aware like your GK should be on point. There will be a little bit, questionnaire or some questions on general knowledge. There will be questions on your achievements, so try to like memorize your achievements. What have you done in past? What are the leadership uh, scenes or episodes that you've taken forward. So talk about it. We would also like the interviewers or the panel would also like to understand what have you done in life and what were the extracurricular activities you were into. So that actually plays a really important role here. It's very quintessential, like because Alessandro addressed that we are a college that lets you in because of your profile. So um, you have to firstly understand you yourself, your journey really well. Talk about what have you done in past, what were your experiences like, and what do you want to do in life. So we want to see that rigor and that passion in you of how you want to progress and what do you want to do in your career. So that's the most important here in the interview round. That's it. No preparation as such, but just be aware about yourself. That's it.
Okay, great. So any closing comments from you, Ms. Swastika?
No, definitely. I mean, I would say that it's a phase which is really confusing for each and every student. I've been there and done that. So I would say like before, like 2 years earlier, I was in the same place as you are right now. So definitely give it time. Try to contemplate. Try to understand your interest. I would say again, a self-awareness is must. You need to understand yourself and your capabilities. So that's it.
Okay, great. Okay, thanks for joining for this session. I think this has been very informative for our students, and thank you very much.
Thank
Thanks a
you.
lot. Thanks a lot for time. Yeah.
Thank you for being with us on a Saturday evening.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And be safe.